presentation of HBO Sports.
Hello again, I'm Jim Lampley. On September 16, HBO pay-per-view will take you live to Las Vegas for the long-awaited showdown between already legendary knockout artist Gennady Golovkin of Kazakhstan and consummate boxer-puncher Canelo Alvarez of Mexico. It's the most compelling style matchup in boxing in several years. And to help get you ready for it, we're going to look back at Triple G's last appearance in the ring, March 18 in Madison Square Garden against Brooklyn-bred, once-beaten cancer survivor Danny Miracle Man Jacobs. There was every reason to believe that Jacobs would be the most difficult opponent of Golovkin's career. And when he developed a plan to arrive in the ring outweighing Golovkin by as many as a dozen pounds, it suddenly became apparent that Golovkin's 23-fight knockout streak might be in jeopardy. Let's go back to that night in Madison Square Garden to hear how I called the fight in company with Roy Jones and Max Kellerman. So if you've been watching college basketball all day and you just now turned on the fight, welcome. Your timing is perfect. If somebody got knocked out of your brackets, don't worry. There'll be another knockout coming very soon in the estimate of most people as they get ready to watch this middleweight championship fight. Round one begins.
Once again, Triple G comes out very smartly, not trying to go in and just rush to not see what he has in front of him. Trying to get close, use that jab, find out what Danny Jacobs has to offer before he takes any risk.
Crowd begins to chant. And you know the chant, Triple G.
That tells you something about the way the fight world feels about Triple G. This is Daniel Jacobs' hometown. He was an amateur star here. He's fought here for most of his career, and they're chanting Triple G.
Charisma rules.
And so do knockouts, and Triple G has left a string of knockouts since he first appeared on American television.
A big string of them.
Hard jab by Golovkin. They've traded jabs a few times already. Golovkin threw one left hook and a right hand in the early going. Jacobs with a flurry.
Jacobs has real punching power, especially early in fights. And when he hurt Peter Quillen, Kid Chocolate, the fight that Quillen was considered the favorite going in, he jumped on Quillen and got him out in the first round.
Which could be dangerous if that happens in the first round here, because you can't leave yourself as open when you attack Triple G like he did when you attacked Peter Quillen. All it takes is one shot from Triple G.
Both fighters are relatively cautious in the first round. Now Triple G begins to step up and fire power shots. Right hand over the top misses. Jab landed a couple times. Jacobs just missed with the right hand. Firing his jab down the pipe. Left hook by Golovkin. Right hand on the shoulder.
A lot on the line and two big punchers, and they're feeling each other out.
Neither man taking any big chances in round number one. They want to see what each other want to do.
And Jacobs has to be very careful how he backs straight back like he just did, because he's open for a Triple G straight right if he does that again. Good jab by Jacobs.
Excellent jab. Long jab. He's got a tiny reach advantage against Golovkin. Needs to use it if he can. Good body shot inside by Jacobs.
Jacobs has to try to keep Triple G in the center of the ring. Don't let Triple G back him back and push him back too frequently.
Because Triple G doesn't just follow his opponent around, he cuts off the ring.
Like he's doing right now.
Right, he slides to the spot where his opponent will be, forcing a change in direction of the opponent, making the ring smaller and smaller until his opponent's back is on the ropes or in the corner.
Round one seems relatively even if there's an edge. It's that footwork of Triple G that always makes the opponent seem to be on the defensive.
I like to see a little more faith in the jab. Even if he touches him here, it's okay. Very, very good. Got that one out of the way. Do not be reaching for him, but make sure that we get a little feint, okay? We got rounds. Just let him walk into something. Yeah. Okay. Back to the right. Start touching him a little bit with the second. Yeah. Keep your hands up, though. Don't play with your defense. Okay. Take a little drain.
I want that jab working up and down. And look, touch him a little bit with the right hand downstairs. Roll out of it. Touch and roll, all right? Stay smart, son.
In round one, Golovkin seemed a little wary of Daniel Jacobs, not as relaxed as we've seen him against most of his opponents coming into tonight. Again, Max Kellerman pointed out before the fight, almost everybody in boxing now regards Jacobs as the best opponent yet to have been in the ring with Golovkin. Harold gave the first round unofficially to Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, not much happened, but Jacobs landed a few jabs. I can see that.
I think
Golovkin doesn't lose many rounds.
I think Triple G is fighting a very smart fight. Jimmy's trying to wait until he finds out what Daniel Jacobs has before he exposes himself.
Jacobs in a southpaw stance now, inviting Golovkin to throw a straight right hand, which is the classic tactic against the southpaw.
Great left hand from Jacobs. Right down the pike.
Work out of there. Don't hold each other. Let go.
Golovkin obliged with the right hand that Jacobs surely expected to see. Still in the southpaw stance.
His last fight against Kell Brook, guys, Golovkin was seen as vulnerable to a skillful boxer at a certain level because he got hit a lot. And the question going into this fight is if a blown-up welterweight hit him like that, that's one thing. But what happens if a big, powerful, skillful middleweight hits him like that? And the question is, can Daniel Jacobs fight on that level as a middleweight?
Well, can he hit him like that? Because we haven't seen anybody land a substantial punch yet. So that's what we're looking to see.
In the second round in London, Kell Brook popped Golovkin's head up into the air with a perfect uppercut. And surely all future Golovkin opponents were thinking, let me hit him with that uppercut. See what happens.
So far, Daniel Jacobs has neutralized Golovkin through a round and a half. More than we've seen Triple G neutralized by any fighter since he's been to the States.
Golovkin looking again, wary of Jacobs.
Yep, usually his offense is starting to get untracked by now.
There's his jab. Right hand over the top by Golovkin. Partial contact, not full.
Followed by a counter left hook by Jacobs.
Crowd is nervous, anxious, expecting to see more action. Jacobs gets away from a right hand.
Good footwork by Jacobs.
Golovkin blocking the hook with his gloves. Touches Jacobs' body with the right hand. First two rounds have been, in effect, a war of nerves.
Likely won by Jacobs.
Daniel Jacobs, seated at ringside, son, or Nathaniel, I should say. Daniel's son, seated at ringside. Next to his mom. Girlfriend, Natalie.
Stay a little bit more rhythmic, all right? You don't have to run, but just walk. You're walking him well. Aim that jab at his chest and then at his solar plexus.
Okay.
All right? You're missing the one up top, and he's aware of that.
Okay.
He's wary of the right hand, and it ain't even hit him yet.
Okay.
Let's keep boxing smart. We're winning this, fighting power with finesse. All right? Deep breath.
A small but interesting contrast early after the first two rounds. CompuBox numbers have Golovkin landing 12 punches to only 8 for Jacobs. Both fighters throwing about 40 punches. Harold Lederman unofficially has given the first two rounds to Daniel Jacobs, though CompuBox sees Golovkin landing more punches.
I've seen Jacobs land all the clean punches. There haven't been many. You heard in Jacobs' corner, they're happy that he's fighting power with finesse. The question is, can he neutralize Golovkin's offense over 12 rounds? And Triple G, thus far in his career, has been impossible to stink out. In other words, eventually he makes the other guy really fight. What happens when that happens?
Well, what we're looking for is what happens when someone lands the first big, clean punch. That's what we really want to see. Like that. Wasn't
Body
clean.
shot by Daniel Jacobs.
Wasn't clean, but it was close to a big punch.
Golovkin knocking his head back with a jab upstairs. Partial contact with the right hand. In case you just joined us for the main event, these two fighters have a tough act to follow. The fight which preceded them into the ring was clearly the fight of the year so far, a tremendous knockdown, drag-out battle in which Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, after 46 consecutive wins, lost for the first time to an unheralded Thai challenger named Srikset Sorumvise.
And he climbed off the deck in the first round. Chocolatito appeared to win on our cards, but it was a tough fight. And as you mentioned, Jim, #1 pound for pound in the world, now as up for grabs as it's been in the last several years.
I disagree with that.
You mean you would still rank Chocolatito #1 pound for pound?
No.
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko is definitely #1B, and you got to still give #1A to Andre Ward until him and Kovalev fight again.
Meantime, Triple G is
Number two.
has got his hands full tonight with a fighter who's been able to neutralize him so far.
And he may be 2B because you also got to put Terrence Crawford up there in that #2. So he may be 2A.
No, we could get into a deep discussion about that, but it's better to simply call this fight.
That was just my opinion.
Triple G's jab a little more untracked in this round.
Triple G starting to relax a little bit more. Starting to fight more in the kind of rhythm that we've seen in the past. First 2 rounds were sort of faux Triple G.
Well, he was very cautious against Lemieux, who's a huge puncher, but he was winning all the rounds behind his jab as he was cautious. Not sure that's the case here, and he just got caught with a good hook.
A very good hook.
Well, he was winning all the rounds against Lemieux because he was letting his hands go and fired 50 jabs in the first round. He might not have thrown 50 hard punches so far in the fight.
Jacob is taller, longer reach, better boxer, bigger.
Good round. You just got to be more aware, okay? No free shots out there. You got to be more aware. Ben, water? Okay, here we go. Okay, now, we land with the uppercut. Let's get a little face going with the uppercut and then land something. But bring it all the way back because he's countering, all right?
All right. Son,
Yes, sir.
I want that jab working up and down. Close the defense on that side. And every once in a while, get a little bit closer, hurt him to the body. He don't like it downstairs. You hear me?
Here we see Daniel Jacobs come, and Triple G landed a jab coming inside, threw it right uppercut, but Danny caught him on the inside with a good quick hook. Just more of a slap shot than power because they were so close, so he couldn't turn his shoulders on it. But it was a good shot right in the face, probably the cleanest headshot we've seen to this point.
CompuBox numbers through 3 rounds. Golovkin 34 out of 101. Jacobs 26 out of 99. Golovkin given credit by CompuBox for landing 15 punches in that last round. The third, Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 2 rounds to 1, 29-28, Danny Jacobs. Jim, I thought Danny Jacobs won the first 2 rounds. At least he fought a little. I mean, Triple G really didn't start fighting until round 3. I thought in round 3 he opened up and he started landing nice shots. But rounds 1 and 2, I just thought Danny Jacobs outboxed him. 2 rounds to 1, Danny Jacobs.
Hard right hand by Golovkin. Down goes Jacobs. First knockdown of the fight comes in round number 4. Everybody wondered what would happen when Golovkin unleashed his power. There's one thing that happens. So Golovkin has knocked Jacobs down. Let's see if he'll cut loose. Starting to land most of his shots now. These are hard jabs right on the chin.
Beautiful jabs.
Uppercut lands for Golovkin. Chasing Jacobs into a corner. Hard right hand. Another jab. Golovkin boxing purposely and fiercely.
Critical for Daniel Jacobs to land something against Golovkin to slow his roll right now.
But Golovkin being very smart on this attack. He's not running in wild against Danny. He's being very calculative on the way he's attacking, using his punches smartly, not just waiting in there trying to just throw for the knockout.
Again. Triple G. They want to see the damage. Good left hook by Daniel Jacobs momentarily stops the flow.
This is beautiful maturity by Triple G as well. He's not just running in, trying to finish the guy because he knocked him down. He realizes that Daniel is still dangerous, so he's still taking his time being very smart on his attack.
Jacobs trying to answer back now. He's got his bearings, wants to land something hard to leave that impression in Golovkin's mind before the round is over. But Golovkin is landing that jab powerfully and fiercely over and over now.
Yeah, Danny needs to do something to either counter or take that jab away, or it's going to cause him some problems, because if the jab keeps landing, the right hand is soon to follow.
Good jab from Daniel Jacobs just now, and he landed a nice right hand on Golovkin's head before that.
Left hook lands for Golovkin, right hand as well. Jacobs
good
firing
right hand
back.
from Daniel Jacobs.
Firing back, giving a good account of himself and coming back from the knockdown early in the round. But it was a one-sided round for Golovkin, who landed 3 times as many punches as Jacobs by CompuBox count and knocked him down.
That was totally unnecessary. Deep breath, regain control. I want you back on that jab, walking him. It will come. Relax. Relax. It will come. Keep the stick on him. Touch him and soften him up.
Here's the danger of turning southpaw against a guy like Golovkin. He turned southpaw for a minute, the overhand right, landed, followed by another short right hand that put him down. May have been more off balance than anything. It wasn't a real big knockdown, maybe more of a flash, but you see him in the southpaw position. This shot was the one that really took him right down right away. That was the big shot. Then he went down from the second one. So.
And here's twin brother Max Golovkin reacting to the action. First celebration of the fight for the Golovkin corner. Now we go to round number 5.
2 well-placed right hands by Gennady Golovkin.
This is a huge round for Jacobs, because so far what he showed when he had some early success is that he could neutralize Golovkin. Now that Triple G got untracked and started to really do damage, can Jacobs actually fight with him?
Golovkin landing the right hand again.
Yes.
And a fierce body shot. Danny Jacobs trying to hold on.
And Golovkin doing a really good job of punching inside while Danny's trying to tie him up. He's throwing really good punches.
It is impossible to stink Triple G out, because unlike a lot of pressure fighters, even including a prime Mike Tyson, he knows how to open up a defensive fighter on the inside and land clean shots.
But I don't think Danny Jacobs is here trying to stink him up. He's just looking for the right opportunities. He's not trying to stink the fight up, that's for sure.
I totally agree. He's trying to fight him.
Yes. Good body shot.
Great body shot by Golovkin.
And why would Danny turn back southpaw? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how he got knocked down. That's crazy.
Like that, for example. If your arm is free,
why
you should punch.
Why would you turn southpaw against him? That's how you got knocked down.
Jacobs complained to the ref, but Triple G's arm was free. The ref hadn't said break, so Triple G kept punching.
You heard Andre Rozier between the rounds saying to Daniel Jacobs that was totally unnecessary.
Exactly.
I thought that was about turning southpaw.
I thought so too, and he's right back out here southpaw again. I don't know. I don't understand it.
He opens himself up to Golovkin's right hand, which is every bit as lethal as the left.
No.
If not more lethal.
Hook to the body and the straight right hand.
Okay, break.
Good body shot by Danny Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs.
Golovkin can take punishment well.
Of course he can.
It's regarded as one of his strengths. Jacobs fighting out of that southpaw stance again.
Maybe he's trying to confuse Golovkin.
Maybe Golovkin didn't expect it. But he certainly knows what to do against it. Fire straight right hands.
350 amateur fights, he knows what to do against anything.
Good left hook by Jacobs. Reaching for Golovkin. Another combination by Jacobs. Good body shots.
Landed some good shots in this round.
Very much so. 30 seconds remaining in the round.
You gotta be careful not to run into nothing.
Jacobs getting a little bit more offensive, fighting out of the southpaw stance. Now Golovkin puts the pressure on again.
punches. Break.
And another final flurry at the end by Golovkin as round 5 comes to a close.
All right, okay. Okay, very good.
Son, is when you stop. Didn't we talk about this? I want you to keep walking with that jab, touch him to the body a little bit. He don't like the body shots. But be smart. Okay. Be smart. We can win this round by round. Okay. And that's what I want.
Here we see Triple G coming, counter the jab with the overhand right on the button. Best punch landed in that round. Daniel Jacobs was backing up from it, so he kind of went with the punch. It didn't hurt, but there was a clean shot, probably the best shot that Triple G landed in that particular round.
Daniel Jacobs took that punch pretty well. Copy box numbers so far through round 6. Golovkin landing, or through round 5, I should say. Golovkin landing 88 out of 228, 39%. Jacobs 51 of 159.
Let go of each other. Don't hold each other.
So Golovkin has taken over the offensive flow for the most part. Jacobs erupting sporadically. Certainly hasn't given up by any means as he fires a hard right hand.
The mouse under Jacobs' right eye.
And here's the footwork factor. And Golovkin cutting off the ring.
More than likely that mouse comes.
Also a little swollen.
Yeah, more than likely that mouse when Jacobs comes from when they get close. Triple G keeps working his hands, and Jacobs is just letting his hands go. So Triple G is getting some good shots on the inside when they do that.
We're going to open up Daniel Jacobs' trainer, Andre Rozier, and listen to him as he barks out instructions to his fighter during the round. Let's see what happens.
Keep walking. There you go. Don't pull up. Don't pull up. Break. Hands up and stay smart. There you go. Just keep touching.
Hard to say how much of that Jacobs hears from Rozier.
He hears it all, I can guarantee you, Jim. Good shot.
Hard right hand by Jacobs. Golovkin doesn't flinch
at all.
Jacobs was winning his fight by a little bit against Pirov, the one loss, when he got caught with the right hand and knocked cold. But he's a more mature, more experienced fighter now. And
better fighter.
A better fighter, and seems to be taking punches better as well.
He's got to quit relaxing on the inside like he's doing. That's a very dangerous place because Triple G is deadly inside and outside.
Yes, a better puncher than Pirov.
Jacobs, at least 10 pounds heavier than Golovkin in the ring tonight, firing hard shots, and Golovkin treating him with considerable caution, except at those moments when he steps forward and attacks with combinations like that. Golovkin had focused on the jab this round, so Jacobs has an edge in power shots here in round number 6. And lands another one right there.
It was something like shoe shining, but with more on it.
This is a good scoring round for Daniel Jacobs, who may win it, as Gennady Golovkin has
10 seconds to the bell.
Sort of put his weaponry into the deep freeze just a little bit in round number 6, and Daniel Jacobs showing more confidence, stepping up and firing away. We're midway through the fight.
An important round for Jacobs, whether he won it or lost it.
Control first. Let's go. Control. Yeah.
Listen to me. And I want you to remember this. If you box him all night, you win every round. Okay. Do not engage unnecessarily. Okay. Just keep sticking him up and down, and don't wait for him.
Rinse him out. Over here.
Right here. You hear me? Don't wait for him. Just keep walking, touch him up and down with the jab, and fire that right hand across when you see him wait. This is swelling on him. Okay. Take advantage of the moment.
He's the overhand right from Daniel Jacobs now over the top of Triple G's jab. Kind of trading places and tried a good uppercut, but he missed it. same punch Triple G caught him with the round before, he caught Triple G with it that round.
Power in round 6. Jacobs 11 out of 25. Golovkin 3 out of 10. So for whatever reason, Gennady Golovkin did not risk much in the 6th round, focusing on the jab and more or less giving the round, or so it appeared, to Daniel Jacobs. Harold, how do you have it halfway through?
Okay, Jim, I got it 3 rounds apiece, but in points, 57-56, Gennady Golovkin. I agree with you about that 6th round, Jim. I thought Danny Jacobs won it. I thought Danny Jacobs won the first 2 rounds because Golovkin didn't open up until the 3rd. So I've got it, all even in rounds, but Gennady Golovkin's up 1 point because of that knockdown in round number 4. 57-56, Golovkin.
The threat of Jacobs' power is keeping Triple G just honest enough to not give him the bum's rush. And then Jacobs' quickness and combination punching is scoring.
And we wondered about the effect of Jacobs' unofficial 10-pound or perhaps 10-pound plus weight advantage in the ring. We may just have seen some of that in the last round, as Golovkin was clearly very conservative in a round in which Jacobs was throwing power shots.
What happens to a fighter like Golovkin, Jim, is that when you knock a guy down early in a fight, it makes you feel like you have no sense of urgency, because all you gotta do is catch him again and down he's gonna go. But you see Daniel Jacobs took that punch very good right then. Why does he keep going out the left-hand stance? I don't know, because he keeps getting caught repeatedly with that same overhand right. But he's taking it better now than he took it earlier in the fight.
Now Golovkin moves in on the southpaw standing Jacobs and looks for another right, but it's Daniel Jacobs who lands a right hand over the top instead.
A right hook.
Right hand for Golovkin.
A right hook out of the southpaw position.
And now Golovkin lands another right hand, driving Jacobs into the corner, and Jacobs fights his way out of the corner.
And Jacobs is hitting Triple G often and hard enough that Triple G is shaking no after a couple of those shots, which in boxing is the universal signal that, yeah, you got me.
Don't measure him with that throw.
We've never seen Gennady Golovkin win a decision, though it happened a few times early in his career.
How about lose a decision? That's never happened.
That has not happened. That's exactly right.
That was good defense by Danny Jacobs.
We've already seen one fighter with an epic unbeaten career lose for the first time tonight. Certainly it's not out of the question it could happen to Golovkin too.
An even fight on Harold Letterman's scorecard right now.
With the exception of the knockdown point.
Jacobs could be winning this round.
He just got to be very careful, because Triple G can change anything with just one shot.
Yeah, or he could be
seconds left in the round. Now Golovkin seems to show an urge to try to win it.
Good shot.
Good shot by Jacobs.
Yes.
Charlie Fitz says, don't hold him behind the head. They both fire in the closing seconds, and they fight after the bell.
That was a little better round. We cannot just let him work by himself. We have to be initiating, okay? Hey, Ben. Deep breath.
Turn on a short right hand. You can win this easy as pie, son. Okay. Don't make mistakes. Okay. Give me a deep breath.
You hear what he's saying? Stay focused, Steve.
Consistency is what wins this. We fight fire with finesse. Deep breath, control it. Keep boxing his ass up. Attack his left cheek with the jabs in the right hand. All right, let's keep winning round by round.
Power punches through round 8, and now that statistic has reversed in CompuBox. Jacobs now leading Golovkin 60-48 in the total number of power punches landed through 7 rounds. And you heard a certain sense of urgency from Abel Sanchez, a little bit more volume than we've ever heard before, as Sanchez spoke to Golovkin between rounds. And now the crowd is chanting, Daniel, Daniel. Golovkin with a good 1-2. Golovkin with another good 1-2. Golovkin with a series of right hands. Golovkin touching Jacobs up along the ropes. Jacob fights his way off. Back in the southpaw stance. Golovkin begins to focus on the right hand again. Jacobs jabbing well with the right hand.
The one advantage I can see for Jacobs changing southpaw is that it just gives Triple G a different look.
A total different look.
And so when he goes back right-handed, Triple G then has to adjust to that again.
Right.
He's not seeing the same thing the whole time.
Well, you got a clue when you heard Andre Rozier say, "We fight fire with finesse."
Break.
So obviously the plan is to try to outbox Golovkin all the way.
I don't like the switching to southpaw too much because of the fact that he's giving up so many overhand rights, and that's one of Golovkin's best punches. But if he doesn't hurt him, then it works.
Right, it seems to be when Triple G does his best work.
Exactly.
Golovkin attacking a little more in this round. Tastes a few body shots from Jacobs as the result. Good right hand by Jacobs.
Best combination of the night for Jacobs.
Backing Golovkin up. 1 minute left in round number 8. Another very competitive round.
It was the little room in this building, the theater at Madison Square Garden, that Daniel Jacobs dominated the New York Golden Gloves. Seemed to win every year. And he's putting in a very good showing against the middleweight champion of the world tonight. This is a competitive fight.
Oh, good shot.
Hard right hand by Golovkin. Jacobs took it perfectly.
Yep, took that very good. Very well, I should say. Good jab by Triple G.
Your old high school English teacher listening in Pensacola?
She might get mad if I say that.
Good for her. 10 seconds left in the 8th round. Uppercut for Golovkin, partially blocked. Lands a 1-2. One more combination to close the show in the 8th round.
That was close. You made it close.
Yo, this round 9 coming.
Stick to the game plan. I want you moving that jab up and down. When he gets close to you, fire quick too. Okay. And then step around him. You still in front of him. Give me that. All right? Give me a deep breath. This is, it's close. It's close. I'm gonna keep it real. But you're ahead right now.
Here you see Danny Jacobs throw one jab, hook, jab, hook, and followed by right hand. Not many fighters can do that, Jim, on the move. Jab, hook, straight, overhand right, that's pretty good. Then
You have to be a well-coordinated athlete to do
Triple
that.
G landed a beautiful overhand right, and that's where that extra 180 pounds that we're assuming comes into play, because if he was a 160 or 165, he would not have taken that shot.
It was strategic for Danny
Unusual
Jacobs.
territory for Gennady Golovkin as we go to round 9.
It was strategic for Daniel Jacobs to not weigh in this morning and therefore not fight for one of the sanctioning body belts, because no one in the end is going to remember who won the belt. They're going to remember who won the fight.
Yeah, the win is much more important than just the belt. Good shot by both fighters.
So he made the 160-pound limit fair and square, and then decided the advantage of putting on extra weight was more important than fighting for some belt.
CompuBox numbers show that Daniel Jacobs has managed to limit Gennady Golovkin's output and number of landed punches compared to what he's done before. Last 12 fights, Golovkin averaged 28 out of 58 per round. Tonight, the average is 17 out of 46. Landing fewer, throwing fewer against bigger, stronger Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, if the idea is that Triple G will catch him with something big that will signal the beginning
Hard
of the
right
end,
hand by Jacobs.
it may be time to forget about that and start winning these rounds behind more activity for Triple G.
Yeah, Max, but the thing is when you're used to surviving like that, that's been his
Clean shots from Jacobs.
Yeah, for lately, that's been what he's been doing. He's been landing the big shots on guys and getting them out of there. So it's not likely that he's looking to outpoint or outbox nobody. He's used to
But
running
he's
people
usually
down.
winning most of the rounds.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's still used to seek and destroy. He's not used to having to outpoint and outbox nobody.
Right.
He's winning those rounds by seek and destroy. And that's all he knows right now is seek and destroy.
Well, the way he destroys is by moving those hands, and Jacobs is largely neutralizing that.
Yes, he is.
In the 23 knockout streak for Golovkin. Hasim Uma a few years back made it into the 10th round. Golovkin ultimately put him away. Martin Murray made it to the 11th round in Monte Carlo a couple of years ago. Golovkin ultimately put him away. Daniel Jacobs looks more resilient tonight than anybody has during the 23 knockout streak.
Oh, good uppercut
by Golovkin. Right hook by Jacobs. Left hook by Jacobs. Firing back and answering everything Golovkin throws.
Another good hook by Jacobs.
It really was. And Triple G is not digging the body as frequently as we've seen in previous fights either.
Doesn't want to drop his hands.
We've seen him score vicious one-punch knockouts with body shots.
Oh, good right uppercut.
Uppercut by Golovkin. Right hand by Golovkin. He's going to work, showing a sense of urgency. And got a little hop out of Jacobs' right foot.
Good jab.
Backs him into a corner.
Good jab. That might have hurt him.
Momentarily got him in trouble.
Great jab.
Golovkin with a chance to do something, but the round is going to come to a close. Jacobs gets out of trouble.
You're making it hard. You had that round, and you're giving it back by getting careless. I do not want you pulling back and playing. I want that jab working up and down. Stick the bit right here. Come on. Come on. Wrist is my...
Here we go. If you throw to that spot, he's not going to slip it. He's going to catch it. It's got to be here, okay? I don't care where it hits, just as long as it hits something. Don't miss over the top.
You see Triple G land a beautiful right uppercut right up under Danny Jacobs' left hand that didn't cause no problems yet. But that started what this led to. Here's the best jab of the night by Triple G. A hard power jab right there, right down the middle. That shot seemed to have bothered Danny Jacobs more than any other has tonight.
9 rounds in, we go to the 10th.
When Triple G hurt Jacobs upstairs in that last round, he went to the body, and that opened up further punishment upstairs.
Let's see what Harold Letterman thought about it. What's your unofficial scorecard say, Harold?
Okay, Jim, I've got it 5 rounds to 4. 86, 84, Gennady Golovkin.
Big shot.
Jim, I think that Gennady's winning, by 2 points because of that knockdown in round 4. In other words, I've got him up 1 round, but he gets an extra point for the knockdown in the 4th round. Danny Jacobs had some terrific rounds. I thought he won round 6 clearly. I thought he won round 8 clearly. And he won the first 2 rounds clearly. So I think this fight is a close fight. 5 rounds to 4, Gennady Golovkin.
Jacobs landed some big hooks, both hands, moments ago.
Jacobs, through much of the fight, has been more active. He's more active right now.
There he is, moving his hands very good. He just got to be careful not to get caught with a big shot.
Golovkin seems to be falling into the trap of trying to line Jacobs up for 1 big shot.
And Jacobs is also pounding Golovkin's body well at times.
And as far as we can tell, the tactical ploy of rehydrating Jacobs scientifically to get him to a significantly higher weight, outweighing Golovkin by 10 pounds or more, appears to have worked.
And I got to give Danny credit. Danny does a good job of boxing out of his southpaw stance. He's landing right hooks, jabs, straight left hands. He's very surprising out of the southpaw stance. Never saw that really. Oh, good right hand. Never saw that out of him a lot. Good left hand.
Golovkin is looking while Jacobs is firing in this particular round.
Good block.
Right hand by Gennady. A left hook upstairs by Jacobs.
And then because Triple G is headhunting, Jacobs is able to avoid some of those big shots.
And Triple G has not gone to the body much at all against Daniel Jacobs.
Jacobs can't relax it, though. He's letting Triple G get a little too close to him.
You would think that as the clearly shorter man, Golovkin might want to get inside and throw more body shots.
You think so, Jim, but for some reason, well, it's not some reasons, because that's what he's used to doing. Most of the time, he can knock guys out with headshots, and because he's hurt Dan with a headshot earlier, he feels as though he always can pull off that knockout if he just gets close enough.
He hurt Brook with body shots, but that was an entirely different fight.
Yeah, I think he respects Jacobs' power upstairs, and that's making him hesitant to go downstairs. But that's not
by Golovkin. Here we go again. Closing seconds of the round. Lands another one.
Throughout most of his
Good
career.
hook by Danny. Another good hook by Danny.
Give and take by both fighters. Good shots by Jacobs. That was a difficult to score round. But Harold Letterman gave it to Jacobs.
Give me that mouthpiece. Rinse him. Give me that water. Give me that. Rinse.
That narrows the margin to a single point.
Yes, but listen to me.
Letterman's unofficial scorecard.
I don't want you to be careless in round 11 and 12. You understand me?
And only 26
Take a
body
deep
shots
breath.
landed in the fight so
Reset.
far by Gennady Golovkin. We've seen some rounds
deep
in the
breath
past
and
where he
reset.
landed that many body shots.
You got 2
Jacobs
rounds.
has landed more body shots himself. Overall, Golovkin
Look
landed
at
more
me.
punches, but not by a wide margin.
Here you see Jacobs coming forward with this jab, a right hand again over the top of his jab, but it landed high on the neck, behind the ear this time, and the knuckles of the glove did not land, so it wasn't really a significant shot.
So a lot on the line now as we go to the so-called championship rounds, round 11 coming up. This is the round in which Golovkin knocked out Martin Murray 2 years ago in Monte Carlo. Once again, 23 consecutive knockouts. That streak very much in jeopardy now, looking at the way Jacobs looks and how he's fought so far.
They got to stay locked up because Triple G will do stuff like that on the inside. When he's not set, Triple G still trying to knock him out. He's thinking, let my hands up and stop, but Triple G is still thinking offense, so he has to be very careful here.
This would be an incredible upset if Jacobs could pull it off. And he's in the 11th round, and Harold Letterman has it as a one-point fight.
The knockdown point is the only difference on Harold Letterman's card after 10 rounds. Body shot by Golovkin, another body shot by Golovkin. Maybe Abel Sanchez told him between rounds that that's what he needs to do.
A good
Uppercut by Golovkin.
A good hook by Danny.
Triple G has fought and beaten some solid fighters and really beaten them up, but this is a peaking fighter, a big, athletic, skillful, peaking fighter with a real amateur pedigree who's overcome the odds in his own life, as we've mentioned, beating cancer, who prepared for this fight meticulously and is fighting the fight of his life. I mean, neutralizing Triple G's offense early, getting his own offense going after being knocked down.
Fight would certainly appear to be up for grabs as Golovkin digs in and tries to land some power shots in the 11th.
Middleweight championship of the world on the line in a packed Madison Square Garden.
Trading shots.
And the local kid climbs off the deck and does this.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic story. Charlie Fitch has done a great job of refereeing the fight.
Yes, he has.
We've barely said a word about it.
Big left uppercut.
Yes, it was. Big left uppercut.
Jacobs.
Body shots by Jacobs. Golovkin shaking his head.
What that mean, Max?
Usually it means I felt it.
Right.
Usually it means, yeah, you got me.
For those wondering if the Kell Brook fight meant that Triple G was vulnerable to a skillful, full-blown middleweight who could maybe take his punch, I think the answer is yes.
Mike Tyson came a cropper against Buster Douglas in Tokyo. Golovkin, because of his dominance, has been compared to Tyson.
Good hook.
Both fighters landed down the stretch. Jacobs' hook may have been the best punch.
Guys, according to Harold Letterman, and I think by our own eyes, the middleweight championship of the world looks like it's up for grabs in the 12th round. Who wants it?
Harold gave the 11th round to Daniel Jacobs. So now he's had Jacobs winning 2 in a row.
Of your shots, but be better defensively, okay? Now better jabs and work into a shot, okay? Don't be, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, cover, counter, okay?
12th round, Sanchez is calm.
I'm still gonna ask you for that shot over here, all right?
Here we see something we're not used to seeing. Exchange, hook by Danny, hook by Golovkin. Overhand right by Danny. left hook by Danny. Three punches to one, and Golovkin did not win the exchange. Something we never see often here on HBO.
Very seldom. 12th round. Everything on the table for Gennady Golovkin and Daniel Jacobs.
Golovkin has been a methodical fighter. Can he fight with passion in this round?
Gennady Golovkin has had 23 knockouts in a row, but never a 12th round knockout. 32 knockouts in 35 fights, unbeaten to this point in his career. Daniel Jacobs was regarded by most experts coming in as the best opponent yet for Golovkin. He's almost certainly proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's exactly what he's been.
You got to be really careful here because Golovkin is really throwing some big shots.
And so is Daniel.
Yes. But Golovkin was throwing them when Daniel's not ready, like right here.
Good jab, good uppercut by Golovkin. Jabbing Jacobs back again. Daniel starts to work.
The way Jacobs has taken Triple G's vaunted power is very impressive tonight.
Forcing Golovkin to try to box his way to a win in the 12th round.
Those kind of punches right there. On the break when Daniel's not ready, those are the punches, Daniel is not ready, those are the punches I'm talking about, Max. When he gets him, he's not set.
Jacobs comes right back.
Yeah, but Jacobs has to keep his focus.
Left hook inside by Golovkin, right hand by Jacobs.
Good shot, man.
Another little left hook inside by Golovkin.
Oh, Jacobs pulling out all the stops now, stepping over to the side, throwing the hook. Catching Triple G on the angle.
Oh, good right hand by
Right
Jacobs.
hand down the pipe by Jacobs.
Wow, oh, good shot by Gennady.
Emergency is Golovkin.
Oh, big uppercut by Jacobs.
Uppercut by Jacobs.
And they go up
Tremendous
and
fight. Tremendous fight now. Down the stretch of the 12th.
One of these big punches produces a knockdown. It could seal the fight one way or another.
Less than a minute to go.
Good right hand by Triple G.
Crowd in Madison Square Garden quite amazed by what they're seeing. Jacobs' eye beginning to close on the left side, or so it appears.
Last round, so it really doesn't matter at this point, Jim.
He needs to close the show with a rally right here.
Yes, he does.
He being
Danny Jacobs, well, both guys.
Without getting
Golovkin
knocked
had a
down.
good round.
I think Golovkin's ahead in the round.
I agree.
Not getting knocked down.
Good left hook by Jacobs. Needs another one like that. Right hand by Golovkin. 10 seconds to go. Who's going to land the last shot?
For the first time in Triple G's professional career, the final bell sounded, and the outcome is in doubt.
And Abel Sanchez comes across the ring to hug Daniel Jacobs and share a hug with Andre Rozier. Very classy on the part of Abel Sanchez.
Very, very classy on the part of Abel Sanchez. Very, very classy on the part of his fighter. Very, very classy on the part of Danny Jacobs and his camp. What a great fight. We may as well go ahead and put this in the books for number 2 because this would be a great fight again already.
A lot of affection exchanged between the fighters and the trainers here after a great fight in Madison Square Garden. They had a tough act to follow after Chocolatito Gonzalez and Srisaket Soren Desai produced the fight of the year in the preliminary. Now let's take a look at what might be the decisive point in the fight, and that is the round 4 knockdown by Golovkin. Not one of the most thunderous knockdowns of his career, but enough to get the extra point.
Not the most thunderous knockdown, but we saw the same thing kind of in the first fight, and look what happened.
Harold Edelman, what does your final scorecard show?
Okay, Jim, I've got it 114, 113, Gennady Golovkin. I just think he outfought him in that round 12 to win the fight. I mean, I thought it was a very, very close fight. The 1-point difference is that knockdown in round 4, just like you said. And, you know, I think it could go either way. I've got it 6 rounds apiece, Jim. But in points, 114, 113, Gennady Golovkin.
And we will await the official scores from 3 judges. Harold, who are they and what do you think?
Okay, Jim. Max DeLuca from Tustin, California. Excellent judge. Works all over the world. Well-known judge. He works for the WBC. Don Trella doing a great job. Every time we see him, he gets better. He's from Connecticut. And Steve Weisfeld from New Jersey. We know him well. He worked for us. So 3 really good judges. I think we'll get a good decision.
Gennady Golovkin's 23 knockout streak has come to a close. Has his 35-fight unbeaten professional career also seen its first defeat? In the preliminary fight just preceding this, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, ranked the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world by most credible ranking services, lost for the first time. He's now 46-1. Is Golovkin 35-1, or is he 36-0? Michael Buffer's ready now with the decision. Let's go to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mecca of Boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, we go to the scorecards. A round of applause for both fighters in this middleweight contest. Don Trella and Steve Weisfeld have it 115, 112. Max DeLuca scores at 114 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated and still the universally recognized middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple G.
A smiling Gennady Golovkin escapes with another victory and holds on to his middleweight supremacy and his unbeaten professional record, but faced the biggest scare of his career and the most difficult fight of his professional career in a route-going performance against Daniel Jacobs. 2 judges scored the fight 7 rounds for Golovkin and 5 for Jacobs. The third had it 6 rounds apiece, but the knockdown point made it a unanimous decision for Golovkin. Some observers felt Jacobs had done enough to score the upset, but overall, fans and media mostly agreed with the decision. There was no controversy. So Golovkin's unbeaten professional record remains intact, but the knockout streak has ended as he goes forward toward his next assignment, one of the most anticipated fights in boxing in years, the pay-per-view showdown in Las Vegas between Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, and Canelo Alvarez of Mexico. If ever a fight predicted a head-to-head firefight, this is it. You don't want to miss it.